Well, before getting on to how, you have to first understand the problem, and then only we can talk about the solution. Like if I have written it down, if I give you the solution right now, then it doesn't mean anything. It won't matter. A plane was passing by. So the thing is that if I asked you the question, like I know the title of the video is how to get over your high school sweetheart, but an alternative title would have been why you can't get over your high school sweetheart. So let me answer the why first. Well, it's a straightforward answer. It was the only real deep connection, deep emotional connection that you felt with a human being after your mother. Now, I only said mother and I didn't say parents because, like, with your mom, you have it's a biological connection. It's like very natural. It's like the first person you love. Both love are totally different. I mean, I know you get it, but yeah. So, yeah, that's it. It was the only real deep connection. Because if that person really meant so much to you that I don't know when you're watching this after 2 days of breakup or like 2 years or 20 years, I hope not 20 years, but if it's like 2, 3 years, then it's okay. So, yeah, like high school, you're like, what's your age? Like 16, 17, 15, 16, I guess. So, at that age, like that person, if you truly love them, then of course you have like chunks of emotions like between you two, and it's like a sacred connection that only you two have like with each other, and like no third person is involved. So, that connection that you feel, it is, first of all, it is undescribable. Like I cannot tell you how it feels because I mean I have experienced it, but I'm no Gyani Baba. I can't like I don't have like the specific points as to like how you can describe it. I mean, come on, at the end of the day you're talking about describing love, and that is next to impossible. I don't think many people have been able to do that. So yeah, it was the deep connection that you felt with someone at such a young age, and that deep connection, it is like the first time. And whenever you experience something for the first time, maybe it is love or whatever, any other feeling, anger, betrayal, sadness, like, or maybe the first time you ate something like really good, like the first time of everything is way important for you, and somehow you remember it. So there it is. That's one reason. Another reason is that if you're watching this video, that obviously means that you're going through a breakup, or your high school sweetheart is just your high school sweetheart and like you don't talk anymore. That's the only reason you can be watching this video. So the thing is, our brain is psychologically like wired towards remembering negative thoughts. Whatever bad has happened in your life, whatever wrong is going on with your life, your brain constantly keeps nudging you about what's wrong, because somewhere it wants you to find the solution. Somewhere it wants you to know the answer. So that's why it keeps giving you the problem again and again and again and again till you do something about it, because you have to do something about it. You can't just sit around. So if you're watching this video, then that obviously means that you broke up, and that is a negative feeling. That is a very bad feeling. I totally get it. So that is one reason why you can't forget it. It's so negative that it is just in your brain. Other thing is that we human beings, we are social animals, and we, you know, we love to connect with each other. Like that's the only way we survive. Like human connection, friends, family, relatives, talking to people. That's what makes us human, right? And when you were with that person, you had a connection, like a really deep emotional connection, like someone with whom you could share everything, all your details about your life, how your day was going on. Maybe it was very boring, but you even tell them that it was boring. And you, well, if you really were invested in that person, then, and you were small at that age, like 15, 16, it's not, you're very young. So you totally become invested with that person. The difference between high school love and like the relationships that you get into after that, like when you're older, in your 20s or something, your priorities change, your focus changes. Okay, when you are in your 20s, you are looking for a stable job. Like that's the most important priority, because you can't always be dependent on your parents, and in your 20s that thing comes crushing down, that you have to do something, you have to make a life for yourself. So in your 20s, even if you find a partner, the thing is that you will not be able to pour so much of your mind or so much of your time into that person, because you are busy achieving a bigger goal. Because at the end of the day, relationships are like a side hustle. Like not a side hustle, but I'm trying to give you the comparison. Relationships are something that aid your being human. Like they are not the reason you live. Okay, they are what helps you live your life happily, emotionally connected. So yeah, when you grow up, these things, they do matter a lot, but they're not your only priority. But when you were in high school or when you were small, like I'm hoping not very small, but when you were a teenager, then that person obviously meant a lot to you. And I mean, I'm assuming that you were not some kid who was like, from the age of 12, you know having this higher purpose in your life, that oh my god, I'm gonna achieve greatness. And I don't expect you to be Marty Supreme from the age of 13. So that assumption I'm taking. So yeah, that is it. Like, when you were small, you invested all your time, all your efforts, all your power, whatever like you had, everything into that person. You gave that person 24 hours of your day. And when you are so invested in a person, and then to go from that to totally being unaware of that person, that is a very big change. And we are not we don't do very well with changes. Okay, that is one thing about us humans. We are very resistant to change. We like being in a comfort zone, and we love that. And whenever we are taken out of it, it hurts a lot. The same is with a relationship, with your high school sweetheart, because you two are so emotionally invested in each other and so connected with each other, with that when one person says that okay, goodbye, then it hurts, because you are dragged out of that comfort zone. Now, another thing is again about human psychology. Your brain only reminds you of the happy moments. Like when you're in a relationship, then there are happy moments, there are sad moments, there are things you're proud of, there are things that you're not proud of, there are things that you absolutely love about the other person, and there are things that you absolutely hate about the other person. And that is it. But when you break up, then after a while, you, you rewind those memories. And the thing is that somehow your brain only, like, rewinds all the good memories. Like when I look back at my thing, then to be very honest, I can only remember the good times, like the happy times. And this is what makes it hurt more, because if you really recalled all the wrong things, all the bad things, then it becomes easier, because you can shift the blame, you can shift the burden, and you don't have to carry it with yourself. So, but um also taking another assumption that it was a good relationship that you were in, and it was a healthy relationship, then that means that you did not secretly hate the other person, so it becomes much tougher this way. And these were all the problems, I discussed, like what you might be feeling, like whatever it is, like why I answered the why. Now we have spent 10 minutes doing that. Now let me tell you about a few solutions, or a few reasons why you feel so, and maybe you can work on that. Because look, obviously you have to work on that, because your life is not just about a relationship. It is about much more. Okay, it is about achieving goals, it is about making your parents proud, it is about having some self-respect for yourself, it is about doing stuff that makes you respect yourself. So you have a higher purpose in your life, even if you don't really know what you have to do. But the thing is that you're here, and that means a lot. You show up every day, and you have to do it. There's just no other option. So let's talk about why you are so indulged into all this, why you are so sad, or why you are again and again listening to those sad songs on repeat. Well, the biggest reason can be that you don't have anything big going on in your life. You don't have anything big going on in your life, because if you really did, if you really had a higher purpose, a big goal in your mind, then you would be busy achieving that and not busy thinking about your past. That's like the biggest reason. And that's like, I know 90% of people can relate to that. Because look, at the end of the day, as I said, relationships are a side thing, they're not the main thing. Okay, don't be so don't be so, I'm not getting the word, don't be so influenced by those romantic movies that they make romance like the only main goal of your life, but that's not true. Okay, so, and another reason is that you're not serious enough towards achieving your life goals or ambition, which is the same thing. That if you were really serious enough about your goals, your ambition, then you won't have time for all of this, whatever you're feeling. These things would, they would, yeah, they would stay, like they would come nagging whenever you're free or whenever you're spending some alone time. But after a while they would automatically go away because you don't give them so much importance. The thing is that if you give someone importance, if you give someone all that time and shit like that, then they will come back craving for more. And same as with these memories, that these memories, they come back and again and again, because you give them the that respect which you should not be giving. Okay, whenever you think about them, whenever you think about you miss them, you should immediately shut up and start thinking about the reasons why you guys are not together anymore. And that will help a lot. I'm telling that from a personal experience. You have a lot of free time. Yep. You're sitting around doing nothing, you're procrastinating, you're in a loop like I was, and you're just you're just too free. You're just not serious enough in your life. That's the biggest reason. Yep. And thinking about her is your escape mechanism. Like, you are in your bed, and instead of thinking about tomorrow, what you have to achieve tomorrow, or what you achieved today, instead of rewinding all the good things you did today, whatever you did to add value in this world, or with the people around you, you are busy thinking about someone who doesn't even give two shits about you. So it's another escape mechanism. It is just like scrolling on your phone. Like, when you scroll, you totally numb yourself from the outside world, and the same you're doing when you're thinking about that person, because that person is not there anymore. Like, that person for whom you feel so much, they don't feel anything like that for you anymore, because if they did, then, well, you won't be watching this video. So yeah, you have to understand that they don't value you as much as you value them. So get a hold of yourself. And last thing, advice I would give, which is very obvious, which everyone tells you to do, which you should do, and I'm not gonna force it on you. Like, sometimes it takes time. For me, it took time. So You have to unfollow them, you have to block them, you have to unfollow their other account, you have to block their WhatsApp number, you have to delete all those cute chats, delete all those memories, all those photos. You have to do that. You have to do that, man. Like, sorry, you have to take the hard step. And last thing, last thing I want to talk about is that if you are having this thought, tell me if I'm right or wrong, that one day after 10 years, 12 years, after 8 years, you guys are going to meet again and everything's going to be okay. You're going to start talking again and then you're going to start everything again and it will all be okay. Then that's absolute and utter bullshit. That's another way of your brain telling you, that's just another escape mechanism you're making. That's just you giving yourself false hope. That's just you holding on to someone who doesn't exist anymore. So get that thought out of your head and block them, unfollow them, whatever. They're not worth it. They're not worth it. That's it. That's all I want to say. 16 minutes of that. So I hope you got some value out of it and goodbye.